Well, a high-level delegation from the European Union is about to arrive in India as chief guest at the Republic Day, but the high point seems to be a likely India-EU trade deal. The President of the EU Commission has said that this could be mother of all deals, and joining us right now is the Ambassador of Malta, Reuben Gauci. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for joining us.
Thank you very much.
I want to begin by asking you, are you hopeful that the last few points that are being discussed now will be resolved, there will be a mutual consensus, and this would be likely a mother of all deals that could be signed on the 27th of January?
I am really hoping. That it will be signed. I am on record saying many times that it is very important for the EU and India to sign the free trade agreement. It's important for all EU member states, including my country, which is the smallest. So I am very, very hopeful. Also, as you probably know, no EU member state can sign a free trade agreement with another country because that prerogative, once a country joins the European Union, is given to the EU. So my country cannot sign a free trade agreement with any country because that's a prerogative of the EU. So we're always hopeful and we're always positive when the EU negotiates with blocs like Mercosur, for instance, etc., and even like countries, Vietnam, whatever, to make a free trade agreement, because what is negotiated in that free trade agreement affects us directly, and also we cannot do it ourselves because we are members of the EU. So I am really, really hoping that the last hurdles for the last points for this EU-India free trade agreement are addressed, and hopefully we will have the deal signed.
Well, do you also feel that over the last 1 year, since Trump imposed tariffs on many countries, and recently we've seen on European Union several countries as well, 8 countries, including the UK, do you think that kind of a push, changing world order, changing economics, the rules-based order not being, abided by many countries, do you feel that also pushed India and EU much closer, and this could be beneficial, a win-win situation for both?
Possible. There is nothing which is 100% bad or 100% good. So there is always something good coming from everything.
Also,
and even something bad coming from everything as well. So one has to be a bit careful.
Well, let's stay positive on that.
Let's stay positive all the time, and that's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. In a world where there is a lot of unpredictability at the moment, I believe that unpredictability, generally speaking, has in fact pushed the EU and India together. I remember hearing that the EU-India free trade agreement could take even longer to be signed, that negotiations can take longer to be signed. I've been hearing this for quite some time. I've been in India for more than 5 years. But as things happened, there is the visit of EU Commission President von der Leyen and also European Council President Costa, and coming here in India on the 26th of January for Republic Day, which obviously showed. I remember very recently on the 28th of February 2025 when Madam von der Leyen, President von der Leyen, came with basically all the EU commissioners. That was also another important milestone, important happening, which showed immediately that the EU-India free trade agreement wasn't in the talks and in the plan, etc., etc. In fact, on 28 February, they agreed that the EU-India free trade agreement should be signed by the end of 2025. Now, we are in the very, very beginning of 2026. I believe that, yes, with the instability and unpredictability of the world today, it is highly likely that this made things easier for the EU-India free trade agreement to become almost a reality as I speak.
And do you think that President Trump would be happy with the clinching of this particular deal? What kind of reactions do you expect?
I cannot say. And I will not presume.
Of course, I respect that.
To speak, for the President of the United States.
But one last question. This is on the issue of Greenland. We've seen unity among the European Union. A lot of countries have come out, but 10% tariffs have been slapped by the United States, and it is being said that if they do not abide, if they do not agree to the so-called annexation of United States to Greenland, then this tariff would be increased to 25%. What is the roadmap for the European Union now?
I think humbly, also representing a country, Malta, which is the smallest country in the EU, and one of the last remaining neutral countries in the EU. Malta is not a member of NATO. Humbly, I say, let good sense prevail. Our neutrality, Maltese neutrality, which is enshrined in our constitution, is a neutrality of peace promotion, not simply in keeping out of conflicts, but in promoting peace. And when one promotes peace, what can one say? Let good sense prevail, because we as Maltese believe that good sense is peace, or peace is good sense. So let good sense prevail, let peace prevail.
Well, let's hope for the best. Thank you very much, Ambassador, for joining us. That was the Ambassador of Malta speaking to NDTV about the current global environment, but particularly looking forward to the India-EU trade deal being clinched, much looked after the FTA, and of course on the Greenland issue, that there may be good faith that prevails on this particular issue. Reporting from Delhi with Moment, this is Aditya Kaul for NDTV.